We've been trying to make the camera work going the other way so you get a full picture across. So instead of that, we're going to have to squeeze in together.
Oh, what, like we like each other?
Like we like
Yeah,
each other.
try not to elbow in the microphone there.
So let me fiddle with this a little bit.
Oh.
Oh, look at that. We're definitely...
Yeah.
I don't know what I've done. I'm so sorry.
I wonder what happens if you turn the camera now.
Right. Oh, shall I try? Okay.
This might kill everything.
No, it's not going to... You're going to sit there and I'm going to go around the other side.
Ooh,
And
we're getting technical. Can't see any comments at the moment either way. Hello, hello, and hello. We will find out what's going on as it happens. I might be about to go into a slightly weird angle. If you've been drinking, it's not the alcohol, it's technicals and I do
can people hear us? That would be a good one to know.
Can you hear us?
Because we're using a different microphone system.
Yes, we're portrait. Yeah, Tony says we're portrait instead of landscape. We're trying to go landscape. I don't know what she's doing to me at the moment, but I seem to. All right. Tony says we can hear you.
Oh
Nancy
no, you don't want to do that.
Oh, Nancy says we can. Oh dear me.
We're going back again.
Oh.
Right,
I think we're going to have to stay portrait.
Right.
Good morning, Lynn.
Here we go. Oh. I'm just trying to set it up so that it actually stays there now. God, I don't know which bit of stuff that I'm...
I don't know what you're jabbing at.
No, I don't know what I'm jabbing at either. Can you move that one out of the way, though? There. I'm so sorry. Well, we're just going to have to do a silly...
Every time we tried to start it, when it was landscape, it said, rotate your device or change orientation. So we did that, and it said, all right, now rotate your device or change orientation.
You'll have to go... Hang on.
Oh, no, you can't. Oh, that was a bit spooky. So yeah, so we're
going to have to get in real close. Oh. Come over here, real close. So we've had we like each other.
We've had to change orientation or rotate device.
One of those.
Or both.
Or both. So our massive plan was that we would sit on the sofa and have all laid back and relaxed, and have all the comments come up on our television. So with our much needed glasses eyes, we would be able to see everything really all the comments really clearly. So instead, what we've got is this upright orientation. Mm-hmm. Hang on, because this isn't comfy for one of us. I've got this upright orientation. You're staring at the ceiling rather than at us. And
we're having to read the comments of our phone.
Yeah, so, well, maybe we turn the telly off because that's really off-putting.
Tony said you've got to sit on my lap.
Or not. There we go, that's better. So I've turned the TV
Hello, Laura
off
from Hampshire.
So, yeah, sorry about the buffoonery. We thought we were being so clever. I really thought this time...
This time she thought she'd got it right.
I really did. I thought this time we've got it sorted. But how about for...
Okay, I don't know if we just disappeared.
Did we just disappear?
No, it's all right. My phone went weird.
Oh, that's okay. Your phone can go weird, but I think we're still there.
Okay, good.
Don't scare me. That's...
Well, I wasn't trying to scare you.
After all that technicalities, honestly, we have never yet set up a live chat and been able to just do the live chat. We always faff around with this. So anyway, let's say hello to a few people. Hello, Linda, in the Canadian Rockies. Hi, Anya, for Ansi, Nancy, and Claire. Hi, Claire, how are you doing? Lynn, hello. It must be horribly early for you, Lynn. I tried to set the time so that some people in America, some in Australia, some in New Zealand, and some in UK will be able to watch us. However, I haven't got any better because I honestly thought I had set up this so that it was in
the right
landscape and we could chat properly. Anyway.
Tony says next time set up a test live and he'll pop on with you to make sure that it's working.
Oh, well, you could set one up, Tony, but then I actually went to set it up properly. Doesn't mean I'd do the same thing again. I'm honestly, I know how rubbish I am at this.
You see what I have to put up with.
And Annie's here, and Laura. Laura says she loves the buffoonery. It makes me very flustered. Buffoonery does. And Christy, hiya, from sunny Cambridgeshire. Oh, I suppose it's been quite sunny here today, hasn't it?
Speaking of which, you do the chooks.
No, I thought I would ask you to do them later on.
Okay.
I thought I would ask you as your jolly good reason to disappear later on if you wanted to. How about that? So Claire says she's on the mend and
Good.
ready for spring. So Claire's been a bit under the weather. So
Well, I'm glad you're on the mend, Claire.
Anya says she'd be disappointed if there wasn't buffoonery at the start. So
Oh, we're hoping to save the buffoonery for later.
yes, really. Anyway, hello and welcome. Here we are, like 10 minutes in, and we've only just saying hello properly. So, and welcome. Isn't it lovely for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere that spring finally feels like it is kicking off? One of us may have sown some seeds.
One of us may have delivered some seeds.
Yes. So I'm really pleased. This week I have started sowing seeds. I sowed a tiny few a couple of weeks ago. I sowed some peas and beans last month to give them an early start. I sowed some leeks about 2-3 weeks ago. Actually, maybe it was nearly a month ago. And I thought, you going? He's going. And I thought that they weren't going to. Oh, look at that. We even set up a light, which we forgot to put on. Hey, we got sound. Is that better? Look, we have light. Ta-da! We got quite organised today and then just didn't manage to do it at all. So he's messing. Hang on. So let me I sowed the leeks, and then I had ordered some horticultural grit, which came, but it was about the size of pea gravel. So I put that on thinking, well, this is never going to work. These poor little seeds are never going to grow through the gravel, but they have, which I'm very pleased about.
Yeah.
So yes, I was expecting to have to re-sow those, but they're up. And then yesterday, when did I sow those seeds? Was that yesterday? When did you have a snooze? Yesterday. Yesterday,
Yeah.
I
Only
managed
day
to.
this week I've slept.
I've got one of those heater propagators that has the 7 tiny little trays in it, a sort of 3 inches by 3 by 6 or 3 by 7 inches, that sort of thing, with little lids. So I have managed to sow a whole load of seeds. Do you want to know? Do you want to know what I've been sowing? And while you let me know if you want to, I will have a little look.
It's better with the light.
Laura's saying she's got volunteer tomatoes coming out of her seed trays. Nice. And yes, better with the light. Chrissy says, I watched your What to Sow video, What to Sow March video this morning. I've been out this afternoon spreading chicken poop I've picked up from my neighbour today. Claire says, I'm determined to stagger the seed sowing instead of lots of the same thing at the same time. Yeah, I think that is the answer, is little and often. Oh, Laura says she'd love to hear what I've sown already. I'll go and get them. Hang on a second. Mark, pull faces out. You missed.
I thought, and now it's interesting because I would have thought you'd have put all this in your vegetable garden growing journal book.
Oh well, there's the thing. See, I forgot to take it into the kitchen with me, so I forgot to write anything down. But it's here. Oh no, it's not. Is that? Is it? No, that's a display copy. Right, so he's talking about the display copy. He's talking about my veg journal, which I'm usually really good at writing everything down.
She is actually. No, to be fair, she really is not very good at it.
But this time I failed. So I sowed some seeds. So I sowed some golden sunrise tomatoes, and then a variety called, is that the one? God, put your glasses on, girlie.
That's called tomato.
No, it's called something
what it
else on
says.
top of that.
It says tomato.
Yeah, I know. I think I've thrown it away, actually. There's one called burlesque, which is,
Really?
yes, there's a tomato called burlesque.
Wow.
And it's,
Is that for throwing at certain people in
yes,
clubs?
it is. It's a very big, it's supposed to be a very big beefsteak tomato. You're going to have to squidge over a bit more or link your arm around. Do you know what? You could put your arm around me. Go on, pretend like you like me.
Yeah, well then you're going to be knocking my microphone every time you move.
Yes.
Which will deafen people.
So yes, so this is a new experiment. We've finally got mics that work with my, what's that thing?
It's a phone, darling. It's a phone.
Cool, you can tell I'm tired, can't you? Brain's not working at all. Right, here's the other things that I've been saying. So I sowed a few cosmos, a white semi-double cosmos and the red cosmos that I've used in the garden several times before. So I've started those off. And then this bag these are all my brassicas in here. So I thought I could tell you exactly. Look, you're laughing.
Yes.
Yes. So I've sown a red cabbage called red drumhead, a black kale, so they're like Cavolo Nero, Toscana type kale, some Brussels sprouts, and that's a variety called Evesham Special, and that's the one that I like most of all. I really like that variety.
Yeah, she's got them in now for Christmas, I believe.
I'm still harvesting sprouts.
I know
I
you
know
are.
you're not a huge fan, but some Asturian tree cabbage, the Paul and Becky's one from Real Seeds. That's the one that it's a short-lived perennial, and it does about 3 years before it starts trying to produce masses of flowers, or 2 years even before it starts producing flowers. So the ones I've got in the garden at the moment are producing lots of flowers, or flower shoots. So I'm breaking those off. They're edible, so we can eat those. But if we can actually stop it flowering, then it will go another year. Oh no, that's the wrong calabrese I've taken out of there. So I have sown some calabrese, but it's and I'm looking like mad quickly while we're talking. I am looking as fast as I can to tell you which one it is. It is called Calabrese Bell Star F1 from Tamar Organics. I love Tamar Organic seeds.
See, I hear you say Asturian tree cabbage, and I'm thinking of something from the Hitchhiker, something like the Arturian mega donkey from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
not Arturian.
No, I know. It's just what I hear when you say that.
Oh, you need to listen more.
No, it's just the way your words hit my brain.
Well, at least they're hitting your brain, so I can't bristle about that really.
Hi Jude. Hi Angela. Sorry that you've had to give up the allotment, but
oh yeah, that's a shame.
Raised planters from Lidl. Yes.
I've got so these ones I've actually sown this week. So what I've done is I've taken those little trays, which are about the size of a phone, and I've sown one half with one thing and one half with the other, because we don't need masses of anything. So this is a cabbage, it's Savoy Ormskirk.
Oh, the chickens will be delighted.
Yes, they will be. I think we do a whole load of stuff for chickens.
Yeah. I do like the Savoy truffle.
They do. I've done some of the red kale, which is scarlet kale, but it's actually purple, not scarlet. Not because either of us eat it, but because I really like having it in the garden as a leafy plant, and then in the winter the chickens can have it. But
That's a reasonable swap crop, isn't it?
Do you know what? There's something about it I just really like. I like the colour of it. I like the shape of the leaves and everything. And then another cabbage, which does a big ball cabbage rather than a pointy cabbage. It's a ball cabbage, and it's called Dottenfelder Dower. I'm holding it for a while in case people want to
Right.
write it down.
Christy wants to know if you've tried 9-star broccoli.
Yes, I have, and I like it, but we don't have any here. And we ought to at some point get some.
Laura's husband eats the scarlet kale because it's pretty.
Yes. Was that might be all the cabbages I have sown so far. I feel like there might be something else.
Jude's cherry tomato and courgettes just popped out of the seed tray.
Oh, nice.
Z.
And then I've got sort of several other cabbagey things to direct sow so that I can grow them as salads.
Right.
Because we actually, much as though you don't know about it, quite often in a salady mix, we have cabbage.
Yeah, I know.
Baby cabbage.
I knew.
Oh,
I
you
knew
did
that.
know.
I didn't know that.
So I grow red Russian kale, which isn't red, isn't Russian.
But it's kale.
But it is kale.
1 out of 3 ain't bad, as Meatloaf didn't say.
Well, it might have been a Russian originally, and it might have been named after a Russian person or a Russian something. But anyway, the seeds I bought came from Cornwall. So
Yeah, that well-known Russian outcrop.
so that's what, and it was just nice. I spent like an hour and a half or 2 hours or something just quietly
Throwing things in
putting,
seed
yes,
seed
but
plants.
really thinly sowing them, not having to, rush to do it or anything. It was just lovely to spend some gentle time. So there we go. Here we go. Volunteers seem to be stronger than planted ones. Yes, they do. Nancy says, I'm having to replace my 6x3 bed. The bottom's going out. Looking at metal. Laura's saying, hey, I've got your journal too. I really like that journal. If anybody finds it, if anybody has suggestions that they think I ought to change the design or the layout or anything, just politely drop me a note, or rudely drop me a note. I don't mind which way it is, but I'm always happy to take suggestions and to take feedback. That might be opening up a can of worms, but here we go. Tony's misplaced the journal last year. Just found it after
again.
Christmas. Laura's got the drum heads too. I know you've all will have read these as we're going, but I do want to kind of catch up. So Angela says it's about the allotment, starting seeds this week. So I'm assuming, Angela, then you're going to be growing in your garden rather than just the allotment. I just saw a little heart come up the screen.
Yes.
Was that you
No,
doing
that
a
wasn't
little
me.
heart?
Somebody
That was
sending
very
hearts.
cool. Look at that. Sorry, that was exciting. And Jude's here. Hi, Jude.
Yes, they're floating. They're floating up like little balloons.
Yes. So Tony says the Asturian tree cabbage you brought me last year. Oh, brought to me. Yes, I took it to him. Is the only brassica that hasn't succumbed to the.
Climby things. Climby fisher.
Oh, do we think those are slugs
Probably.
or caterpillars or
Slugopillars.
suckerpillars? You've done that thing now where you've leant back, which means you've got a tiny, tiny head. It's like it's. It's like Men in Black with the man in the shop with the tiny, tiny head. We'll leave it like that. I think that's quite funny, actually. Yes. Where else have we got to? Cherry tomatoes and courgettes have popped out the seed trays. Nice. I'm just reading. Hang on a second.
Tony's talking about various mollusks. I think you mean mollusks, but yes, there's miserable mollusk. Who's that? That was Brian, wasn't it? The snail in the Magic Roundabout.
Was he
It's what-
miserable? Oh,
it's
yes,
what
he
Do-
was
it's
quite
what-
sad.
It's what Dougal called him.
What, a miserable
Miserable, you
moth?
miserable mollusk.
Really?
Yeah,
You remember that programme far more than me.
I have a good memory for trivia.
So I'm just reading now. Christy says, tried it the first time last year, Claire was disappointed. So what do we think? is this 9-star broccoli. Go back and have a look. Yes, we are talking about 9-star broccoli. So I liked 9-star broccoli, but it was more cauliflower-y than broccoli-y to me. And I was showing you today, the white sprouting broccoli. So this last year, I sowed, instead of sowing purple sprouting broccoli, I sowed white sprouting broccoli. So we're going to have that for the first time this week. And part of me says, oh, I wish I'd done the purple sprouting, because if we don't like the white one, we've got a whole year to wait for the purple sprouting to come back. I think we'll just have to like the white one. We'll just have to. Well, we will, won't we?
I'm sure you'll find ways to make us like it, darling.
I'll hide it in curry or something. Laura says, I'm spending some gentle time now with you both and pricking my rocket and planting them with the volunteer tomatoes. Nice. Anya says, I've sown a lot of flower seeds this year. So what have you sown, Anya? Tell us. This year I'm trying to fill the beds in the back garden, which I'm creating. And there's a theme to that back garden this year. To our new garden.
All right.
There will be a theme.
Is it Snoring Cat?
It's not a snoring cat, but we do have snoring cat.
She's snoring behind us.
She is snoring. So it's not a snoring cat theme, but there is a theme to the garden. So I'm growing lots of things to go in there for that theme. So we'll just see how it works. I can't. It's so odd having a portrait. I know, it's like we've got to actually be next to each other and things. Angela's going to grow in containers until Herbert builds a new raised beds. Nice.
Does it come with a theme song? I don't know. I don't know what the theme is. I can't suggest a theme song.
No, you don't. I haven't told you.
This is the first I'd heard of it having a theme.
It has, very definitely. I've got a design. I have a theme. I have a thing that's going on out there. And this morning, I picked up some molehills. Our moles have been busy, haven't they?
Not half.
Really, really busy. So 2.5 molehills fills our standard metal wheelbarrow. So I've started bringing molehill stuff down to that raised bed that I made a month ago. And hopefully I will get the first plants in there this week. So I have been filming. I haven't put a video out in the last week, but I have been filming bits. So we may end up with a non-speaking video, actually, with just music, showing you everything that I've been doing, which might be an interesting thing that I haven't done before. But you know me, I won't be able to not speak when I. So William says spring is here. I've got about 30 tomatoes, 30 various flower seedlings going on, and a couple of basil. Can't wait to get back into making homemade soups. Yeah. This is very odd seeing this. So we're not even looking at the live chat in the way that we would normally look at it.
What, like that?
Yeah, well, no. Normally we would look at it with a white background rather than the black background. So I actually find reading white writing on a black background really hard.
Oh dear.
It's almost.
Okay.
Yeah. Denise is saying, hi Denise, that purple sprouting is a favourite. Excellent. I really look forward to purple sprouting broccoli. And after about the first 3 platefuls, I'm a bit like, oh, it's this again. And after 3 weeks, it's like, it's this again. And after 6 or 7 weeks, I am so like, can we just not eat it now? And then we don't have it again till the next year, and I'm really excited to have it again. And that's how it should be, I think, with food. I think we should be really excited to eat what we've got when it's fresh and in season. I don't like it frozen. It goes tough and all mushy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the weather then for a minute.
No, well, I don't like the weather frozen either. But I don't like purple sprouting broccoli tough or, all mushy. So, and I don't think it works. I don't think it works well freezing it. That's just. Does anybody else like when it's been frozen? So this is purple sprouting, not just ordinary broccoli, but sprouting broccoli.
Which is interesting is because Linda says, is sprouting, Linda says, is sprouting broccoli the same as broccoli?
No. So broccoli, what we call broccoli in the shops, those great big heads of green stuff, are actually calabrese. So if you're buying the seeds, you're going to be buying calabrese seeds. And broccoli is like the sprouting shoots that you get on a sprouting broccoli plant. But having said that, if you have a cauliflower and you let that start going to seeds, it will start looking like sprouting broccoli, and it's absolutely fantastic. I actually think it's better than the cauliflower head. So, right, so Sonia, hi Sonia. Has anybody ever found or planted purple Peruvian perennial potatoes? Wow, has anybody answered that? Let me have a look. Anya has planted sweet peas, freesias, borage, marigold, nasturtiums, ranunculus, echinacea, something or other that I can't read, and the archers.
The archers?
Yeah, the archers.
Oh, right.
No, the archers. The archers. So Chrissy says, what's your prediction for this spring? Last year was so wet.
Yeah, you don't want to read that next bit.
I have a feeling we're going to.
Jinx it, jinx it.
I think we're going to have a season.
I think we're going to have a season.
I think we'll have a season. Yeah, I don't want to jinx it one way or the other. And whilst I'm... What are you doing?
Scratching.
I thought you were prodding me, kind of going, be quiet, be quiet.
You wouldn't make any difference if I did.
He's so rude.
He's so honest.
He's so rude. Right. I think we're going to have, do you know what? In some ways, it almost doesn't matter what the weather does, because we're just going to have to make the best of it.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
We are. So, absolutely.
And I will enjoy the sunshine when we've got it, and I will be grateful for the rain. If we have a lot of sunshine and it's very dry, then I'll be grateful for the rain. And when it's rained for about 6 weeks straight, I'll then want some sunshine again.
Claire says HFW has a nice recipe for PSB, and I immediately thought, who's got a recipe for Pet Shop Boys?
No, purple sprouting broccoli.
Yeah, well, I realised that afterwards.
So actually, the question was, is sprouting broccoli the same as broccolini?
Oh, is it? Well,
Yeah.
See, that's what happens when I'm trying to read either with or without my glasses on, white on black.
I don't know, because I don't think I know what broccolini is. So does anybody else know what broccolini is? Can anybody answer Linda's question, please?
And hello to Eltel, who's been watching the channel for a while. Thinking of moving to Monmouthshire. I heard it rains less there than the rest of Wales. Is this true? Discuss.
Yeah, I think so. I think it depends where you are in Monmouthshire. Is the answer to that? Because if you're Abergavenny direction, by the hills, it's going to be wetter than if you're by the River Severn. But if you're by the River Severn, it's going to be exceedingly windy. It's our place.
Yeah.
I look back at some of our older videos, and I can't believe how loud the traffic was and how much I had to shout over the sound of the traffic. And I know here we have to shout over the sound of the dogs in the opposite valley, because the sound rattles backwards and forwards all over the valley. And when the sheep start, that's really noisy too. But there's very little traffic noise, so it picks up kind of everything else. But yeah, so there was a lot of traffic there. But also, it was just so windy. It was just relentless, wasn't it? And in fact, the only time I kind of got videos saying there's no wind today was in 2018, when we had that heat wave that went on for weeks and weeks and weeks, when actually we could have done with the wind. to cool us down.
Okay.
So yes.
Tony thinks the only place in Wales wetter than here is directly under a waterfall. So rude.
So rude. Right, hang on. I'm way back in the chat. So Lynn says she's sown various brassicas and they go best through the winter in a subtropical climate. Yep, that makes sense.
There's lots of pet shop boys jokes. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay. Uta, hello. I already have tiny seedlings of tomatoes, aubergine, sweet pepper and some herbs. And lots of flowers too. Greetings from Denmark. Hi. You are not the only Danish person watching. Or not Danish resident, I should say. Watching. Because English Vikings in Denmark too. Hello, hello. How are you? Long time no see. Mum's homestead. That's not my mum.
No.
Good evening all. So, those of you who I don't know where you are, if you are happy to share which country you are in, we don't need to know towns. We don't need to, maybe if you're in America, which state you're in, or if you're in Australia, which territory you're in. Are they territories or states? And whichever. Apologies if I've got the wrong word. But that would be quite interesting to know sort of where you are. Because obviously some people we do know because we know them from all over the place. Pet Shop Boys Jude's laughing at. Yeah. So Mum's homestead says we've been so dry here in
Norfolk.
In the east. Oh right, in Norfolk, yeah. Navid's here, and what do we think? How do we pronounce ECA? Eka?
In Stoke. Claire's in Bristol. Denise is in Suffolk.
Thanks, Tony.
Andy's in southwest Scotland. Wendy's in Pennsylvania. Has all your books.
Okay, so I'm just going to actually answer that question. So Navid said, what do I think about Ramadan? So we're completely tolerant of all thoughts, trains of thought, really, aren't we? And we're very happy for people to celebrate whatever they celebrate. We don't celebrate very many things here. And we also run politics and religion-free platforms. So we don't celebrate one or the other, and we don't condemn or condone. Oh, that's a good phrase, isn't it? Write that one down. Write that one down so I remember it another time.
Sonia's in northern Germany, south of Hamburg.
So, oh look,
English
Anya
writing's from
says,
Plymouth originally.
All right, Anya says, did a video during the week and couldn't believe how loud the crows were here. Oh yes, so corvids, very noisy, very noisy. Jude's in North Shropshire, North Wales border, in Llangollen, or Llangollen, if you don't know. I have heard people say it. Agathis, California. Oh, you just told me that, didn't you?
I did.
Linda is in southern Alberta.
Near the Rockies.
Near the Rockies. Do you know, I didn't realise the Rockies went...
They do.
I know. Well, this is about my ignorance of geography of other countries, really. But I hadn't realised how high up the Rockies... But until I was watching Tyler and Todd... guilty pleasure watching here. So there are a couple who they're building a house in the woodlands, an off-grid home, and they had gone on a train journey across Canada, and it had all gone a bit pear-shaped, and they were saying about they missed seeing the Rockies, and I kind of went, huh? I didn't know it had gone up that far. So there we go. I learned about 2 weeks ago that the Rockies go that far north. So, there. We learn all the time. So ECA space T. Can you...
His name is Eric.
Eric. Okay, as you said that. Good. Okay, I was just say, can you tell me what your name is? But you've done it even better. We learn these things. Okay, so sometimes we have to ask several times. Anya will tell you, I had to ask her name quite a few times to work it out and to remember it, but we get there. So, and then Anya is Southwest Scotland. Denise, hello Denise. Hello Anya. Hello Eric. Sorry, there were quite a few people we haven't said hello to yet. So Wendy's in Pennsylvania. I have all your books. Thank you so much. That's really sure. Oh, shall we do a quick? Right. So for those of you who don't know, I have 2 reading books. Well, they are reading books. They're 2 books for reading.
It does make it sound like Janet and John.
What? Yeah. Okay. So I have 2 reading books. One is called Grounded, and the other one's called The Seasoned Gardener. You can see that one's my copy. That one's a sample. It means when I go out and do talks to places, I can put these out on the table for people to look at, rather than them fingering and bending the pages on one that I'm about to sell. So I have 2 of those books. They're available on my website, which is bytherfarm.com. They're available on Amazon, and most online bookstores will have that. I also have, now look, do you know, they don't say the same thing. So one says Liz's copy, one says sample, this says display. No consistency whatsoever. So this then is my vegetable garden planner and journal. And this one has got some words in it, but mostly it's got space. So you
can put your own words in it.
It's got some, yes, so it's got some information about sort of things to sow and when to sow them, and they're not terribly prescriptive, as in they say early spring, late spring, because it means that you can have a look at it all around the globe. If you have a temperate climate, unlike Lynn, who's got subtropical, so it's really worked for her. And then it also has lots of words of encouragement, hints and tips, but mostly it's got space for you to write stuff. It's got graph paper at the back for you to draw out and design your garden if that's what you want to do.
Or do your maths homework.
I never really got squared paper for doing maths homework. I don't mean I didn't receive it. I never really understood it. There's space for writing your seeds, and anyway, in the same place. And then the other book, which I haven't shouted about yet, because really this is a winter activity book. It's a garden word search book, and it is literally what it sounds like. It's a book with word searches in it, but some of them are really difficult. And oh, by the way, it's got all the answers at the back as well when you get stuck. But when I was designing it, it didn't occur to me that if I made really long clues, they'd have to make really big boxes, and so the writing would get really tiny. But anyway, that one is only available via Amazon. If you live in Australia, if you are a patron, a supporter over on Patreon, or if you have previously been a supporter over on Patreon, so anybody here who has previously been a supporter on Patreon or who is an existing supporter, I have a downloadable copy that would allow you just to print off 1 or 2 pages at a time, or to print the whole thing if you wanted to. But it means that if you are, for example, in Australia, if you want to drop me a note, drop me a line, those of you who've been patrons know who you are. If you're a patron, you can have that free of charge. Everyone else, it's about £8, I think. I think it was
£7.95.
I think it's £7. That's nearly £8.
Yes,
that's close to us, and is available via Amazon. I've got to say,
Speaking of your journal, Laura has a suggestion.
Yes.
About 10 pages or so needed for seed stock, because she keeps buying the same seeds because she forgets she already had them.
You know those spaces at the back? You know the graph paper at the back? You could literally use that. You could write the name in, and then you could write how many packets you've got, and then you could cross them out and you use them. How about that? That would be great, wouldn't it? That would work. That's a good idea, though.
And they could be on your next word search. You could have all the seeds that you've bought, and then when you buy them, you can cross them out on your word search.
So I'll tell you what. There's people we haven't said hello to yet. So Claire's in Bristol, Wendy's in Pennsylvania, Lynn's in northern New South Wales, Trold is in Oslo, Border Plotter is Scottish Borders, and Nancy is Iowa.
Farmyard Gardens in Staffordshire.
Helen's in Dartmoor in Devon.
Uta is in South Jutland, in Haderslev in Denmark.
Did you say Sonia was from south of Hamburg?
I thought, yes, I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
Well,
one of us did.
Farmyard Gardens.
Aha. Laura used those pages for plotting the garden.
Ah, oh, excellent. So, yes, I know, Jude. I use the word fingering the books. And you'd be amazed what people do. They will literally eat cake and then come over and go, yeah, let's have a look at this book. And it's like, thanks. Well, I'm assuming it's cake. They have sticky fingers. Sometimes better not to ask. Who's bickering? Who's bickering? I've forgotten.
I think that's crows and red kites and things.
Oh, yes.
Actually, I was driving back from work the other day, and I had to slow down suddenly because there was this red kite hovering above the car, and then it suddenly dived down to get a bit of roadkill or something. And I really didn't want to hit it.
No.
They're quite beautiful.
They are.
Noisy, but quite beautiful.
So Christy's saying we've got a club of pigeons. That's an excellent. What is? So who knows what is the plural?
You mean the collective noun?
That's the one.
Like
collective.
a murder of crows?
Yes. So what is it of pigeons?
A poop of pigeons.
A poop of pigeons. I think it could be. And collared doves. We had collared doves in the old place, didn't we? And I insisted on them being called collared doves. I suspect they were just pigeons, but in my mind they were collared doves.
But Christy watched a sparrowhawk take out a pigeon and eat it 3 metres from her patio doors.
Wow. Andrew says Neve would love that word search book.
Hi, Carl, and your garden veg. Jude says they have a seed swap in Oswestry.
Oh, nice. So we had a seed swap locally last weekend.
Yeah.
I was like,
Not yesterday, a week ago
yesterday.
yesterday.
A week ago yesterday. God, it feels like such a long time ago already. And then I will be at a seed swap in Swindon on April the 12th. I'm talking there. Yep.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I couldn't remember the date.
So actually that's the other thing is I'm doing lots of gardening talks this year. So I'm doing one near, where's that place up the road? It's not Llanidloes, what's the other one called? It's about 10 miles away and we drive through it and it's got a really narrow road and Tony, what's the name of the town near you? Where it's got the really narrow road and I can't remember what it's called. It's not Llanelli, it's the other one in the opposite direction.
Llanelli?
No, before you get there.
Llandilo?
That's the one. Its name goes.
I don't know why Llandilo goes, but never mind.
It does. It's because I used to.
Tony's saying Llangadog.
Yes, so that's where I'm going to be. I'm going to be at Llangadog, but actually it was Llandilo that I was thinking. No. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Llandilo. When I lived in Mid Wales, we lived quite near a town called Llanidloes, and that is stuck in my brain and then I can't remember the one locally.
The Farmyard Garden says, why did I assume you were both full-time around your small holding?
Oh, no.
No, it's Liz's job. Liz is the one, I mean, I shift stuff, and I cut stuff, and I kill stuff, as in plants.
Plants, yeah.
Not always on purpose. Or not always the ones I'm meant to. I don't have green fingers at all. I enjoy the results of Liz's labour, but I'm not a gardener. I work part-time as a postman, and I do other bits and pieces as well as some of the support work here and chopping wood and stuff like that. And Liz, of course, not only runs the small holding and does the gardening, but writes the books and does the BBC Radio Wales and gardening advice hour and the talks and the videos. And
so really all the stuff around the gardening, all the stuff about gardening is now a full-time job. And so just like everyone else who has a job and gardens when they're not working, that's actually what I'm doing now. So I'm talking Llangarrig next week, not the coming week,
Angela.
the one after. Bye, Angela. And then I'll be in Swindon April the 12th. I will be hanging around. I will definitely be hanging around on the Saturday of the Malvern Spring Festival. So I'll be there then. And then I am speaking, as far as I know, on both days at the National Amateur Gardening Show in Ardingly in July.
Yeah.
So it's like the 11th and 12th or the 12th and 13th of July. You will hear me talk about it before then.
No, I never wear shorts, ever. If I do wear shorts, every little biting insect within a 50-mile radius hears about it and decides to come in for lunch.
Yes. So, okay, Mr. J is going to talk to you for a second while I just skim down the things.
The manly role, yeah.
Right, so...
Yeah, I get sort of the power tools and the stringy things and things like that.
I can actually make it bigger.
Laura wants to know if you ever go to Hampshire.
Very occasionally. So, Tell says...
what do we love most about Wales? What do I love most about? There's a lot I love about. I love the scenery. I love the topography. I love the mountains. I like the people.
I like the people. I like the culture.
Yeah.
I think
I like the language, even though I don't speak it. I understand bits of it. I understand. It's like my Swedish. I understand more than I can say. Marginally.
What have I done?
I don't know.
What?
I often don't know what you've done, darling. I just nod and
give you. I've done something funny to the screen.
Yes, you've made it big, and
now I can't make it go at all. Hang on. I honestly, some days
Border Plotter wants to know how the house renovations are going. Slowly.
Very slowly.
We had that burst of activity. We've had a bit of outward. I mean, since whatever the name of that storm was.
The last
really huge big one that was.
Dara.
Was it Dara? Yeah.
Dara
did quite a lot of damage here. Tony knows about that.
So Tony's
been really helpful with a tree that came down, and that's been much appreciated. But we had some damage to barns. We had a couple of barns / stables that were out by the front gate, which have now had to be taken down because they got damaged too much to be repaired. We've got the back wall of another barn that is being gradually propped back up, having been blown almost down.
It's at sort of this angle.
We had a field shelter that nearly got put into someone else's field. So yeah.
So you said all that, and we were asking about what renovations we've done. So rather than renovations, we've actually done destruction
and patching up.
So we've had to take things down that are collapsing, basically, with a view that eventually those will look better outside. And inside there has been a tiny bit of progress inside, in as much as I have
painted the bathroom.
Painted one wall. No, two walls in the bathroom. So for about 13 months I had painted 2 walls and 2 were unpainted. And you got up one morning and there I was with a paintbrush up a ladder, getting it done. And it was all because I was avoiding the piece of work that I needed to do. And so I decided I would.
Procrastination painting, that's what she calls it.
Yes. I decided to paint rather than, I was supposed to be writing an article, and I decided that painting was a better thing to do. As you do.
Yeah.
As you do.
Ekstrom, hello from Sweden. Where in Sweden are you? Just out of interest.
He's just being nosy. We're being...
We're being very, it's a country I know and love. Christy says, have the storms made you think more this year about resilience and changes you might need to make for this year?
Well, I'll tell you what it made me realise. It made me realise that I was incredibly grateful that we had our roof replaced previously, because there is absolutely no way the old roof would still be on.
No.
That would have come off in that storm.
Yeah, and the damaged chimney would have come down.
So I'm really pleased. Sorry, darling, I need to move. I'm sitting on the cushion that's supposed to be behind my back.
Okay.
So I've been sitting there thinking, why is this jabbing me in the back? I'll have your arm back though. I liked your arm.
All right, I know.
I did like your arm, but yeah. So yes, I'm very grateful we had that done. And really, we can't do any more now until I've earned some more money. Really, we don't have big pots lying around, so we just have to earn it and save. And the next thing is having an extra wall put in, and we've had a quote for it, and that's going to take us
a while.
A while to save up. And I don't know, I keep spending it. I keep going on little jollies to London and things. So I've just had 2 days in London in the last week, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
So I went to London on Monday, came back on Tuesday, and I just spent 2 days looking around museums. I went to the Science Museum.
Well, she was there, not when she came back.
Yeah, Science Museum and the V&A, and then the Natural History Museum. And it was amazing. It was absolutely fantastic. I had a really nice time.
Extra, I don't think I've ever been to Lund. I have family in and around Stockholm, which is where my mother was from. And she went to university in Uppsala.
So, Laura, when you say, do you ever come to Hampshire at all? If I was asked to speak in Hampshire, then yes, I would. I would probably do that.
I'd paint the whole house before I got the ironing board out, says the farmyard garden.
Absolutely with you there.
I did once. I set fire to things. I
used to do all the washing. Oh, sorry. Did I elbow you? Oh, I'm so good. Did I get your knee funny bone then? Oh, I'm sorry. I used to do all the washing and ironing, and then one day I just said, do you know what? This doesn't make me happy doing this.
No.
Sorry.
So we just go crunkled now.
So
you still iron your pillowcases, don't you?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I iron my pillowcases, not my whole duvet and everything. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill your leg then. You can tell it's live, can't you?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, Karen, just
stop making a fuss. Yeah, so Mr. J does all the washing, all the clothes washing, and which is amazing because it's one of the things I really hate doing.
We're actually quite good at splitting the chores. It must be said.
Yes, and that's just such a relief. And so yes, but it means I don't do the ironing. It does mean you go into work with very crumpled shirts.
Yeah, but by the time I rushed around the office getting the stuff ready, loaded the van and got off to the first delivery I've normally fairly crunkled anyway. So crunkled, yeah.
I like that word.
Crunkled. Going to Ekstrom, Uppsala is to Lund what Oxford is to Cambridge. We are at war. Yeah, you're right, Claire. Life is too short for ironing.
So farmyard garden, they love the accent whilst people always sound jolly when they enunciate the words, yes.
I must say though, Claire, I do tend to dry up stuff because otherwise at least half of it, otherwise you can't get the rest of the washing up done.
Well, yes, there is that. So have the storms made us think about resilience more? I'll tell you what I did think. I was really pleased that we had
The power
power
banks. Yeah.
banks. And so we had the power cut, and I kind of leapt around. I immediately, actually, we had the power bank right next to me, so I just literally picked it up and plugged the light in and plugged
Actually,
my
the first thing you
computer
plugged
in.
your computer in before it crashed because your
Battery
laptop
doesn't.
battery lasts for about 12 seconds after the power goes.
Yeah. But it did mean that I basically, and then I used my phone as a hotspot, so I could just carry on working, which was a pretty good feeling.
Yeah.
Not for ages, but I could certainly do that for a while.
I think you were starting to watch telly for a bit, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I did telly on my phone, so thank you. I'm reading. Sorry about
Jude
this.
doesn't iron anything, pays a neighbour to do it.
Anya says that's how most things get done in my house. Procrastinating is something else. Madge, thank you very much. Says I'm looking well.
Hi, Nicola. Don't worry about being late. We were late.
So, Final Guard says all those little jollies add up, museums, etc. Okay, so the museums, all our national museums are free entry.
Yeah, but they do have suggested donation. Suggested donation.
But
Please give a suggested
But
donation.
I didn't do any of the suggested donations.
Actually, when we went to the V&A, because we went to the V&A in 2017,
18, 19, I don't remember when it was.
To see the Floyd X. That was free as well, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Oh, no, it wasn't.
well, the actual getting into the V&A
exhibition
was
was-
free. The exhibition was extra.
Yeah.
So yes, that's the other thing we did while we were up there. I went to the wildlife photographer of the year exhibition, and it was great. That was absolutely brilliant. So that was good. What adds up is the train fare and the hotels. So hi, Nicola. So you've probably spoken to Nicola already, have you?
Yes, I think so.
And said,
I said not to worry about being late.
yes. Well, there you go. I'm just way behind you.
And yet I'm behind you. All the way.
There we are. Life is too short for ironing and drying up, yes. I don't iron anything. I pay my neighbours to do it. Excellent. Laura says, I'll keep an eye out on events around here that you could be talking at. I'd love to meet you. I've learnt so much from you. Oh, thank you. So, well, probably the closest thing that I know that I'm doing at the moment is either the day in Swindon or Ardingly, and they're probably both in,
No, Hampshire to Sussex isn't too bad.
Not too bad. Right, so let's have a little look.
Nicola's shattered after lugging papers for chicken's new runs, all 8 of them. I can well believe it. I don't think I'd have done 8 in one day. And also says she now has solar and batteries on her roof, 10.4 watts. That's something we, at some point, will probably do again. But it's
what was that? Were you doing the?
Yeah, I was doing the funding, the Wonga.
The funding sign, yes. Anya's saying we were happy to have Mum's gas hob. We've got. I don't know why. Maybe it was at the last place when we kept having lots of little power cuts. I got all sorts of set up. So we got one of those little Calagas ring things that you would get to make a cup of tea in your shed. In your shed at the allotment is what I was thinking.
Right, okay.
So we've got one of those, and we have everything kind of quite close at hand and ready now. And we've got those sort of round push button. I'm doing the push button light action.
Yeah.
So they're a round light, and you kind of just press the top of it, and the light comes on. And we've got those at strategic points around the house, and they're battery operated. So there's like one on the stairs, isn't there?
Yes.
And one in the bathroom, so that we can kind of have instant. We don't have to go and look where they are. They just live there. So we got better. We got more and more organised at being prepared for storms and the effects. And we've also got lots of bottled water, haven't we?
Yeah, we do.
Well, for drinking.
Because
we
do get regular water
outages
around here.
So, are you doing the seedling shuffle yet? No. So seeds have only gone in this week. Yesterday, day before, or whenever it was.
Yesterday.
Border plotter. We had no power for 2 days after storm. Is it Eowyn? Is that how it was
Something like that.
I had to watch the Traitors
Highwind,
final on my mobile phone. Okay, well, I am catching up now.
Yeah. Anything I can do to get my dwarf plum tree to fruit? It's 4th year and nothing so far.
So, plums generally, I mean, this could be folklore. I was about to say old wives' tales. It could be that as well. Whichever one is less offensive. But it usually seems to be with stone fruit in particular. You'll get one amazing year, and then the next year won't be a particularly good crop, and the year after that will be a bit better, and then you'll have an amazing one again. And I don't know whether that's just about how we notice it, what the weather's doing, or whether actually they put all their energy into producing all this fruit one year, and then it just takes them a couple of years to build up that virility again. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Oomph again. But if your tree is only 4 years old, or if you've only had it for 4 years, give it some time, I think, is the answer to that. Because it could just be, particularly if it's in a tub, it's going to be getting used to the environment. I just think it takes trees a bit of time. Really.
Nicola's suggesting reduce the fruit on the branches as well.
Oh, yes, that's a good idea too. But not if you're not getting any.
No. English Viking says the only iron he has is the frying pan and the wood burner. Nicola wants to know what you're doing in Ardingly.
So I will be, I'm talking at the National Amateur Gardening Show.
In July.
In July, so it's mid-July. I think it's the 12th and the 13th. So I'll be on stage talking there, but I'll also just be there. Yeah. I will be hanging around. So if anybody goes and you see me, come over and say hello, because that's always really nice. It's always nice to meet people. And you have to come and say, hello, I am.
Yes.
Because, and introduce yourself. Because sometimes people come over, and even when I've met them several times, I have a whole conversation with them, and then afterwards...
Even when you've lived with them for several years, darling.
I have conversation and then go, who was that? No, I do know who you are. Most of the time. So Mum's Homestead says that my ancient green gauge has just done that. Bumper crop 2 years ago, hardly any last year. So hopefully it'll be back. So yeah, I think it's like every 3rd year it has a really good one. Tony says every other year at the old house. Tony, do you know what? I found a label the other day saying that I had a green gauge. I'm not even sure which tree it's from. So Tony gave me some green gauges when we first moved here, which I've got into the ground, but I also had a really big one that I was given by Direct Plants, and the labels come off it. But all I'm saying is it may well be that we might actually get some fruit from it this year, which would be amazing. That would be lovely.
Chrissy says it's a 3rd season having planted a peach and apricot tree. Do you think this year may be your first harvest? Yeah, I would have thought that's possible.
So Chrissy, is it growing outside or inside? And have you spotted any flowers on it yet? Right, I'm going to ask you, if you don't mind, could you go and, if you do that, could you, yes, because people won't want to hear you.
You don't want to hear me talking to chickens.
Talking to chickens. Right.
Or swearing at the fire.
Hopefully, I'll actually switch it off. Hang on.
What?
Well, then you can come back. So, but could you, before you go out, could you pass me the brushes? Or at least one of the brushes? I'm going to show you. Today, we went out to the polytunnel with a brush, and we tickled flowers. That's all I can say. We tickled them. So So our peach trees are absolutely covered in flowers, but there's no pollinators around. Thank you very much. So we went out with these are children's paintbrushes that we bought at a local supermarket where every little helps. And we literally just went and just brushed very lightly from one flower into the next, and moved that pollen around in the hope that would be good. Okay, Christy says both are outside. Put on lots of growth, but I'm yet to see a flower. It could just be that it's been too cold for it. It could be that they're settling in. I really struggle with outside peaches. I struggled with them in our last place. The peaches that I've put outside here curled up and went, no thank you, and have died, but the ones inside have done fine.
Until the squirrels got back.
Until squirrels get, yeah, so the squirrels eat the peaches. Thank you very much. The squirrels are eating the peaches, but the plants have been fine. So any other suggestions as why it may not have flowered? The only other thing I can think is, have you had lots of peach leaf curl on them, because that will weaken them as time goes on. Apricots. So I'm on year 4 of my apricot and have yet to see a flower on it, but I have got it growing outside. So I might be in the same position as you, and I might eventually take it inside instead. Oh, you pair are lovely together. Such a good team. Thank you. We do try. We muddle along together quite well. We've only been together for, not forever. We've been together for, she's trying to do the maths, about 13 years. And when we first decided that we might want to make a go of our relationship, we decided we would spend 6 months living together to see if we could bear living together. And at the end of 6 months, we went, yeah, we can do this. So we've kind of negotiated what we decided we were too old for arguing, really. And apart from having just stuck my elbow into his knee, generally we do fairly well together. I feel terrible about having done that. I've got quite bony elbows and he's got really bony knees. And now I'm getting truly distracted. So if I look here, I've got... What's this about? I mean, it's a plant. Okay, it is actually a plant. But it looks like I'm wearing... Oh, if I do that side, it's like a green bobble hat, but with a... Sorry, that's really distracted me. Right, I'm just going to carry on reading. All right. Gail, hello. Could you recommend a cherry tree? I have an allotment. Would it be one tree or two? You can do one tree. 2 is going to give you even better cross-pollination. I would go for a Morello cherry and something called Stella. Is it Stella a cherry? Yes, she says, thinking carefully. I know that we've had Stella and I know that we've had Morello cherry, and the Morellos produce this really dark fruit, and they're quite prolific. So those are the ones that I would go for. I'm just reading. Sorry about the silence. But I mean, you'll be really pleased that he's taken his microphone off, so you're not listening to him talking to chickens. There we go. Moon Spinners, hello. Says, I have a Stella cherry tree. It's self-fertile, so it's okay on its own. There we go. Excellent. Isn't it nice when you say something and then someone else says the same thing? Brilliant. Garden of Whedon. Hello. Yeah, Lou, there we go. Stella is a sweet cherry and Morello is more sour. So yes, I quite like the Morello cherries in cooking. So there we go. So lots of people have got Stella. Helen says, would I be able to ask about potatoes? You can, yes. I have hay, but I did wonder if my unwashed sheep's fleece from last year could be used. So, yes, it absolutely can. The thing that I would say is when I have done the hay, so I put the potatoes straight onto the soil and put hay over the top of it. The thing that I have found worked best is when I've put animal bedding over the top of it, so that some of the nutrients are going into the ground, and that made a massive difference on the amount of potatoes we got. I mean, like almost double. It was a huge difference. So I would say if you can put any plant food down of any sort, so either some manure or some compost, you're right, or any of those things, then put that down under your potatoes. And I would put maybe some hay. My only concern about using lots of fleece is that it's quite a fight for the plant to get up through the fleece. And also need to warn you that the fleece doesn't stop slugs, despite what you're told. Our sheep's, well, the slugs here just crawl straight over the top of the fleece, and they just don't care, basically. They don't care that I've put fleece down. Hello, are you coming? The cats are appearing.
Yes.
So,
they're after things.
Nicola says, I never get many cherries. Blackbirds get there first. The only thing that I can't understand why we were so lucky in the old place, getting so much fruit from our trees so quickly. And I think, should I put your microphone back on? If you want to. I think we just had so many plants in such close quarters that the birds partly didn't see them all, and also they just didn't know where to look because there was so much of it.
Yeah.
So. Anya says she's planting potatoes tomorrow. It's traditional to plant on St Patrick's Day. I was talking about that earlier on, wasn't I?
You were.
Laura says, my slugs hide within the fleece to ensure they don't freeze to death. Yeah. And Jeff and Deb are here. Hello, how are you? How is Jeff? So how are things? How are life? So Jeff and Deb are post people, post people in Australia.
Yes.
Was it Australia? It is Australia. I think it's Australia as well. So hello there. Glad to have caught this chat before I head out for the day. Be in touch soon. Lovely to see you both, Deb. Thanks, Deb. Yes, do get in touch. We'll catch up. That'd be really nice. So, you're just waiting for it to come on your thing. So, do you know what? Next time we will do a practice run next time. That's the other thing I should ask is now a good time of day? It's sort of 7 o'clock on a Sunday evening, a good time of day, or is that a better day for joining us? I think that's what we should ask. We should do. The thing about doing Friday night is still school night for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we could do Saturday night. Possibly we could do a Saturday night. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to find the best time that we could actually do this on a fairly regular basis. So we used to, in the old days, when I first started doing YouTube in 2017. Feels like a very long time ago now. So it's eight years ago. We did
afternoon.
Sunday afternoon live chat, and we did that for a very long time. But my daughter and my grandchildren said, "Grandma, we never see you at the weekend." And friends kind of went, "Are you coming out?" And it'd be like, "Nope, my sister would like to see us." And that. So we actually stopped because we wanted to be able to see our family, and it kind of meant nothing happened. So if there was a time that was better, if there was a day that was better, and an early evening, that would be better, wouldn't it? Really, I think it wouldn't eat the middle of the day away. So that's all I'm going to say. So Jeff is well, still asleep. Excellent. Yes, we did need to put the family first because we just weren't seeing them, and after kind of like 2.5 years, it was at least 2.5 years, maybe longer, of not seeing the family at the weekends, or not seeing them together at the weekends. Then it was we just needed to do that. But I'm quite keen, and I know I say this every year, but I think if I can find the right time and the right day, then that would be good. That would be good. I can see those little hearts going. So I'm not used to the system when there's little hearts going all over the place on my screen. So Tony says, "I don't mind about the day, but you're definitely missing a pumpkin in the background." Oh,
Yeah.
we are.
Yeah, I think we're going to be gorgeless this year.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Do you want to explain about that for people who don't know?
In the old house, in the kitchen, there would be different things on
Oh, there was Phil as well, wasn't there, to start with? Oh, I didn't need to shout then, sorry. I'd forgotten I had a microphone on.
Oh, interesting, that is interesting. Someone says my mic's not working.
Oh.
So, I don't know what you've done to me, darling. I'm on.
Right,
it's
now.
switched on.
Okay, now is it working?
Is it working now? Hello? Can anyone hear me?
No, here we go.
Because we were plugged
have
in
a
as
gourd now.
Ah, okay.
Is it working now?
Yes, it's working now. I don't know what you've done to it.
Oh, well, I put it on mute probably.
Oh, she put me on mute. Well, there's a surprise.
So there we go, look. Now we have a butternut squash. It's not quite a gourd, is it?
Not quite.
It's not quite a fill.
Okay.
So we had a great big pumpkin to fill the space. So he was called Phil.
Yep. Right. Helen says evenings are great as I have a two and a nearly 6-year-old, and peace when in bed, and husband fiddling with YouTube.
Saturday night we all go out to disco.
Hello, sweetie pie.
Oh, is she going to come over and say
Are you
hello?
going to come over and say hello?
Come on. Nope.
Nope.
You could have come over and said hello. So, do you want to move over a tiny weeny bit? And I'll try not to.
Yes.
To hurt
Don't
you
put
this
your
time.
elbow.
No.
I'm going to keep my knees away from you. You're a dangerous woman.
You need to do a competition for the best area squash. So, I think she's the. Where is she?
She's down on the floor. Down there.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
She'll appear. She just looks like a football with legs.
So she's not black and white.
No, she's not. But look, Christy's saying the butternut squash needs a face. So what we did with Gore, and Phil, we just put sunglasses on them. So they were excellent. They were good. They were, because when Mr. J wasn't there, I had at least I had Phil or Gordon there to keep me company. And somebody, was it Tony? Tony, did you have one of them? I think Tony might have had Gordon actually. He'll tell us in a minute whether he had Gordon or Phil. But I'm pretty sure he either made soup or just saved the seeds of. So, oh, it's Phil's. I still have the great great son of Phil. So there we go. Any day, Annie says, any day suits me. Monday and Wednesdays rugby training for my son, but I can still listen, just not type when I'm driving. No, don't. You can't type.
No, no, don't type and drive, for goodness sake.
So yeah, I don't think it will be a weekday.
No, very unlikely to be a weekday.
So it's going to be. It probably will be a Sunday evening. That seems like a good. Because although I'm working tomorrow, you're not.
No.
So there's no huge rush to go one way or
No,
the other.
I'm not out of here at 6:30 in the morning.
Yes. Yeah. So that seems like a good time. We'll see. Okay. So where we've been on for about an hour and a half, my brain is quietly ceasing to function
You
here.
need tea.
I do need tea, and also
Cats
the
need food.
sofa is squeaking as I'm leaning on it.
That's not the cat, don't worry.
So, so there we go. So Anya says it's a great way to finish the weekends. Yes, and then we can all share the stuff that we've been doing over the weekends. Sounds like a plan. That sounds like a good plan. Okay, so I'm going to do my usual, trying to work out how to switch this off. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully we will now start and do this on a
Slightly more.
slightly more. But I will also try and remember to post, so you have a couple of days warning, like I've done this time. I'm just going to say, if you aren't already subscribed to my newsletter via the website, I highly recommend you do, because I will put notifications of anything like hugely important in a newsletter. At the moment, I'm sending them out weekly. They're short newsletters with just 5 little snippets of good news, and then maybe a link to the latest video. So
And possibly a plug for something's coming up, like the fact that you're going to be doing the Advice Hour on Radio Wales this coming Wednesday.
Oh yes. So if anyone is in Wales, if you can get BBC Radio Wales on your radio,
or on BBC Sounds.
Or on BBC Sounds live, I will be doing an hour of advice, and we're desperately trying to get the cat to come and see us before
Come
we
on, girl.
close, before I switch off. Are you coming? Look, here's a blanket for you to sit on. Do you want to come and sit on the blanket?
Andy.
This is terrible. We're trying to just show you the cat and she's just not playing.
Nope.
Come on. Right. Thank you for tolerating us. We shall see you again very soon. Bye. Oh, you see, now I'm not going to know how to end it. Aha, end.